Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breath of Fire 3 walkthrough. We just beat Patrio's team. So it looks like there's the Ematai fight next, and I ran around the arena here, kind of aimlessly, I guess. I think I just kind of forgot exactly where the ring girl was for the next fight. So you'll see me just kind of cruising around aimlessly. Not much else to say. Hopefully you grabbed Frost Strike, I believe it's called, from Patrio. Again, I think it's a decent skill. I like it anyway. Not only does it, do frost-based damage, but it's also got a sleep component to it. So, there's a chance that you'll put enemies to sleep, and it's relatively cheap for, what it does. So, it's a skill that I like. It's even semi-decent for just, I guess, even trash, I guess, if you... I guess for lack of a better word, I'm gonna call it trash. Basically, any monsters, in a dungeon, I'll just say it. I'm gonna just call trash. And in all honesty, that's probably what it's gonna work best on anyway, because a lot of the bosses in the game are completely resistant to status changes. So, again, that is probably where you will get your most of the effectiveness out of that skill. And here we have Ematai trying to con our characters into throwing the fight, which, whatever. Ematai's kid's really sick. So, so this is kind of it's an interesting, like, just by looking at Ematai, I think they kind of made his sprite look like he's kind of poor. Like his clothes are kind of shabby, and it looks like he's got a couple of patches. And there's the mother and the daughter. If you actually speak to them, she'll like, I think she pretends she's coughing or something like that. Here we go. Here's the right spot. Sorry, just returning a text here real quick. Yeah, so I don't know. Looks to me like he's got a patch there on his right butt cheek, and then I don't know. It looks kind of like one on his left shoulder. I don't know. Maybe that's not what they were going for there, but again, to me, it looks like he doesn't have very much money, and obviously, winning the contest of champions, nets you any prize you wish, from my understanding. So, the next match is in the Null Magic Hall, which, as the name implies, you cannot use any magic skills, and that is Ematai's, I don't know, bread and butter, I guess. That is how he wins. He's he's a magic user, and you actually do get him as a master later on in the game. So, pretty decent. He's a pretty decent master. I actually really liked him, and one of my other games I apprenticed the vast majority of my characters under him. But that being said, no Magic Hall, I'm just like anyone else. I'll depend on my boys. I love the boys. The little golems. So this is an interesting, scenario that that the writers came up with. Basically, he tries to dupe the characters into thinking that, basically his daughter's gonna die because he won't be able to afford the operation. And again, like I said, he genuinely looks poor to me. So like, it's variable. It's at least somewhat believable, especially like I said, if you actually if you do talk to the mother and the little girl, it looks a little fishy because it seems like she's pretending to cough instead of legitimately coughing. But whatever. So we're posed with the choice, and we really actually don't have a choice. You have to defeat Emitai because obviously we have our freedom as well as our companions' freedom depends on it. So here we have Emitai and his boys, quote unquote boys. Just have to let my boys do the fighting for me. Let's see here. I believe the golems have life shards that can be stolen. Emitai has a very common steel. Is it the magician's rod, or is it the? I'm gonna have to look it up real quick. He actually has two very common steals and/or drops. Obviously you can only get the one item by stealing, the other is a drop in it, but they're both common. Very common, so very easy to steal, and very, very common drop, like I said. And you will end up seeing what I got. I guess I don't really need to look this up because we're about to find out. One thing I will say is that the golems will attack each other if you take out Emitai. Alright, so Emitai, the steel is the mage robes, the drop is the magician rod, which are both items that can be obtained before this point anyway, so not really all that important if you if you're trying to steal or trying to win. I would not, say that it's worth if you can't get the drop from Emitai himself. I don't think it's worth, resetting your game by any means. Although it is. Here, drop rate 1 out of 2. So you got a 50% chance to get that as a drop. Let's see the goal here. Let's see here. Alright, so Emitai is fairly resistant to status changes. He defends the whole time, so he doesn't do anything. He literally cannot do anything. I think it looks like he can use a healing herb at certain points, like if his HP drops or something. But the golems are obviously they're the only threat. They are completely resistant to status changes, but they are weak to psionics, so if you want to use like a snap, or if you want to reduce their agility, strength, defense, whatever, go ahead and land those skills. I honestly don't know if it is worth targeting Emitai first, especially if you're trying to learn Spirit Blast, which is a skill that you can learn here from the golems. I never really I don't know, the Spirit Blast just seems really weak. I don't know the damage formula for it. It says that it bypasses defenses, but I don't know if maybe it's because the base damage on it is so low that it just never really felt like it was worth it. Worth using. So okay, so anyways, long story short here, what I would suggest doing is actually killing off one of the golems before defeating Emitai, especially if you want to learn Spirit Blast. A couple reasons for that. Once you do kill off Emitai, it's great that the golems will start targeting each other and hitting each other. But you know, you may find it better off to just reduce one of the damage sources. So again, you know, that's my opinion. That's the best way to do it. Just you know, that way you're not taking damage from two different enemies the whole time. You'll reduce your damage by half if you take out one of them first. And then you can try to use, or then you can try for the examine on one of the golems to learn Spirit Blast. I did, if you notice there, I used Blind on Momo. You know, again, these guys are immune to status changes, so it's kind of pointless to try to use that, but, you know, whatever. Not the end of the world. I think that's pretty much it for this fight. You know, the other thing is Emitai has 600 health, and the golems are listed at 750. So, you know, again, you can try to take Emitai out, and that's definitely a legitimate strategy, is to take Emitai out first and then just have the golems kind of smack each other. But, you know, again, in my opinion, the better way to do it is to reduce one of the sources of damage. And I mean, this fight was a walk in the park for me, but, you know, obviously, if you're looking at my health and if you've seen my other videos, you know, I'm way over leveled for this fight. You know, I'd say on average she'd probably be around 14, 15-ish, and I'm, you know, 20 plus. And in the case of Nina, I believe she hit 26 on the previous fight with the Dodai, because I used the ivory dice on the Dodai to double my EXP gain. So, you know, again, Nina's like I said, like 26. I think the main character is 22, and then Momo's 20. Excuse me. And here we have another trademark moment of me standing around looking at enemies, not doing anything. I should stop playing other games while I make these videos, because this sucks up a bunch of extra time, and I don't want to go back, or I haven't been really doing a good job of going back through and cutting out the pauses. There we go. So there's Spirit Blast. I just powered through it, obviously. You know, again, I took a lot more damage than I, you know, really needed to, but whatever. Again, you know, my characters are so overleveled, but it just didn't matter. So let's see what Spirit Blast here. What she really does. Alright, here we go. Jeez, really? 11 damage? Ugh. I don't know, maybe that skill's broken or something. I mean, it says it. There's got to be another component to it. So what it probably does is it randomizes damage, and it has the enemy's defense has no effect on it. So, you know, and in that case, I just did obviously a minuscule amount. I just don't know. I don't know if that's, again, you know, I've never been a big fan of the randomized skills. So there's a lot of skills that have kind of randomish damage, and this seems to be one of them. I wonder if I even transform in this fight. So, you know, if you haven't noticed, obviously everybody's silenced, so you're not going to be casting any spells. Gosh, did I? So I switched my focus to Emitai for some reason. I know that golem on the right is basically dead. So I don't know why I bothered. This seemed really dumb, but whatever. I guess I already learned Spirit Blast, so maybe I just kind of didn't care. It's just like, yeah, whatever. So yeah, anyways, back to the whole Null Magic Hall business. Obviously everybody's silenced, so you're not going to be able to cast spells in here. You can still use the majority of enemy skills, you know, as long as, I believe, I don't know if you can actually use like Frost or Flame or Burn, I should say. I don't know if you can use those enemy skills still or not. But you can also use Ascension, so, you know, if you... I don't know why I don't know if I just didn't at all. Maybe I didn't. It's kind of looking like I just followed through this. There we go. So there's Emitai. Finally took him out. Let's see how much health this golem's got left. God, he just had to be close. He had to be really close to being dead already. Alright. So there he smokes his buddy there. So we had about 120 health, so. How much did Nina just hit for like 60 something? Yeah, look at that. I probably had like 150, 100, oh, maybe 200 health left. So again, I don't know why I even bothered switching Emitai. That was just didn't make much sense, but I often do things that don't make a whole lot of sense. Man, Momo is just crushing this thing. 110 damage. That's the good. That is one good thing about Momo. She's, you know, she may not be very accurate, but her weapons have such high base damage that she just hits like a dump truck. But I suppose, I mean, it looks like that thing is a cannon, so. And there you go. There's the Magician Rod. So, again, I want to say that's got about a 50% chance to drop from Emitai, and you know, it's a decent little item if you don't have one already. I guess it's still a decent item whether or not you have one, but alright, so that is the end of Emitai. Hey brats! Nice entrance. Pretty impressive. Alright, so we're in the finals. And Nina just feels terrible. Just want you to keep your promise. So the final match is the team captain versus Gar. So you'll always fight Gar with the main character. Which isn't, for one, it's not a winnable fight, and Gar, I don't believe you can steal anything from him anyway, so it doesn't really matter how you set up at all. You know, so if you're worried about trying to steal something from him, I do not think that you can. I almost want to say that all he had was like a green apple or something like that. Something just, you know, really worthless. Because they won't win the next one. Dude, I love their labs too. Terrible impression. But an impression nonetheless. I think Nina's crying. Sure looks like she's crying there. Poor Nina. So I realized, you know, later that I kind of have to explore the majority of the arena anyway, so I could have. There you go. So there's Emitai. You weren't convincing enough. So he says he's surprised that you didn't fall for his act. Obviously, the daughter is fine. That dirtbag. So again, another example of, you know, not really being able to trust people in this game. Never really noticed that. Alright, let's get our game saved here. Man, 31 hours. I can't believe I had 31. You know, I did just let my game idle for quite a while too. That wasn't all, you know, straight like grinding time by any means. Here, apparently I had extra life shards from Momo's tower. All right, let's take a little snooze. It's a nice little, you know, fairly cheap way to rest up and get all prepared for the next fight. Probably would have made more sense to rest first and then save, but sometimes I do things that don't make sense. Jeez, you're really gonna idle through this again too? Yep. Alright, try to get to some more battle related stuff. So again, you know, Gar, you can't beat him coming up here. Try as you might. He is not beatable. And okay, so he has a scale mail. Maybe you can steal that from him. I guess you can try. I didn't really. Yeah, I think you can steal it actually. Maybe not though. I don't know. Give it a shot. Give it a shot if you're watching this and let me know how it turns out. I guess I didn't really feel like it was that important to try to steal. Scale mail is very common in this game, so not a top priority of mine when I was playing. Alright. So there I go, saving again. Probably a good thing. I guess, you know, if I was gonna say, as far as enemy skills and items here in the arena, those speed boots from Claw in the very, very first fight in the first round, those are by far the best random, you know, gear drop that you can get. You know, that's, like I said, those just, it's not for a few hours that you can even get another set of those, and then just the fact that they are so good, they're really useful. You know, you know, to get them so early on in the game is really nice. You know, unfortunately, they do have a semi-rare drop chance, so if, you know, be prepared if you really do want them bad to spend a little bit of time here just resetting your game and whatnot. So I think I got pretty lucky. I want to say it probably took me 6, maybe 7 resets, so not too bad. So here's where Balio and Sunder spill the beans. And I don't know about you, but first time I ever saw Gar, I was like, geez, that kid is just badass. Today's big event. So there are two Easter eggs here. There are two people in the crowd. Chun-Li from Street Fighter, and I believe it's Sakura, something like that. I believe. So there's Chun-Li right there on the right. So if you pause the video there, I'm sure you'll be able to catch it. And here's the other one. Wings of Death, the master of the blade. Man, that guy's got a long tail. There's Sakura right there at the edge. So, first time I ever played the game, I really used Gar a lot. I think Gar was with me maybe the whole time. Or I guess, any time where he was really needed a lot, I guess is probably when I brought him in. But the last playthrough I didn't use him as much. He's fairly accurate. He's got a very high reprisal rate, not as high as Pico, but still pretty high. And then his critical strike rate though is way better than anybody else's. And he can do some really insane damage with those crits, especially at the beginning of the game. So I just went right to Dragon right away. Probably a good idea, because I ended up absorbing his fire spell. But again, like I was saying, Gar is not beatable in this fight, so it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, in all actuality, I should have just stayed in my regular form and just let him beat me down faster, just to get this done with a little bit quicker. But I didn't. So whatever. One decent thing to learn up or to know about Gar is Gar does have obviously also kind of goes with his flame spell, but he does have more resistance to flame than anybody else. I want to say he takes 50% less. Get him up here. Flame to 4. Yeah, I believe that's 50% reduction. I think that's a 50%. Maybe it's like 25. 2, 4. Nope. 50%. Alright. So there you go. There you have it. The truth. And I did. I'm gonna run out of AP. That is surprising. I'm gonna run out of AP before I get killed. There it is. So, there's the, one of the things I've talked about before in some of my other videos. The biggest reason for, this must be 10th turn. 10th turn, Gar gets a huge stat point increase. He basically says, let's finish this, and then his next, yeah, that's gonna kill me. Wham! So yeah, 782. that's basically the you know, if you've survived to that point, that is the end of the end of your battle with Gar. You know, so again, guys, fight is not winnable. Even if you were to, you know, somehow hack the game, well, I guess you'd have to use Game Trap or something like that. But yeah, you just can't beat him. I mean, 700 something damage, you'd have to have so much health to even survive a hit like that. And then I don't know, you'd have to be able to heal yourself up by just as much. So I guess that would mean a you know, a multivitamin, because I can't imagine anybody's gonna have that much intelligence and AP to heal yourself to full. But what do I know? Anyways, all right. So there's a twist. Gar chooses to take the hero and his friends as a prize for winning the tournament. Boy, if that was holding back. If only he was that insane, you know, for the rest of the game. That would have been a kind of a neat little... I don't know. No, that'd be OP. I was thinking it'd be kind of a cool little bonus in the game if on every 10th turn Gar was like, let's finish this, and then would just one-shot everything, but, you know, that'd be kind of lame. I guess maybe the first time I ever played, I was expecting a little more out of Gar, just being that, you know, he does destroy you so badly, but... his power definitely does get toned down quite a bit when you actually get him, which, you know, will be in the next probably 5 minutes. So this is awesome. Can do whatever I want with something that's mine. So Balio and Sunder are you know, gonna find out real soon here that Gar is you know, the funny thing is, I wouldn't even say it's like he turned on them, because he really didn't. They take it that way, but, you know, he just says, hey, that's my prize, they're mine now, and I get to do whatever they want. So I guess if you know, I guess Balio and Sunder's plan was to ransom the princess, so I guess in a way, you know, he kind of screwed them. I don't know, for lack of a better word. So I guess he's going against their wishes, to say the least. Alright, so it says go to Angel Tower if you want to learn more about the brood. So obviously Gar knows a little more than maybe we expected about the main character. I put Pico in my party because I wanted to go outside a Genmill here, and hopefully I went out and took footage of it over here. Here we go. Yep. So back over here behind the mountain. This is the bandit hideout, and again, you're gonna want to have Pico in your party because we need to headbutt this tree and get that item, the flower jewel. And if you haven't already been inside the bandit hut there, inside the tent, I believe there's some consumable item or something, like a vitamin or something like that. So you can go, you can go in there and grab that right quick. The flower jewel, that is needed for recruiting Mary Leap. I would suggest, being that you're already here, just, again, take Pico in there, headbutt the tree, get the fairy jewel. You know, just like I said, just get it as soon as you possibly can. There's no reason to wait. She has, boy, some of the most useful enemy skills in the game. As well, not to mention the fact that she gives you the most agility gain for any master in the game. She gives you +2 to agility. You know, and masters that give agility bonuses are few and far between in this game, and to give you 2 points at once is, you know, even better. And then I believe I talked to Fall here. I'm pretty sure this is where you can finally get Fall as a master. So hopefully I walk in there and have a chat with him. Fall, not my favorite, and in fact, you know, I'd actually say he's my least favorite of all the masters, and for the exact opposite reason as Merrileap. He gives you a -3 to your agility. I want to say it's like +3 defense and like 1 power and a couple health or something like that. So he's very, very much a physical-oriented character, and in all honesty, he's pretty good as a master for Pico. But you know, again, I'm not a big fan. His requirement is that you fight 30 battles without resting. And I believe that's what I did. I just walked over here and I went into Mount Bowmore and you know, fought 30 battles in a row. There are other places in the game that, you know, are easier to do it, but I figured why not, you know, being that I'm here already. I just went ahead and did it. I know a lot of people will apprentice Pico to Fall right away and just leave him under Fall the whole time, but I already was not happy with Pico's agility as is, and I didn't want to, you know, I basically didn't want him staying at 0 agility the whole game, so that was not how I decided to do it. It's looking like, yeah, this video will be coming to a close here. I must have just poked in my head here and did a fight and then realized that I probably didn't want to subject you all to watching me fight random battles, because that's not that much fun. So I'm guessing I walk right back outside and save again. Or at the very least, turn my capture device off. So anyways, that is gonna get this video coming to a close, and like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do, but I hope you're enjoying the videos, and you join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.